Hello, America. This is Ariel Mitchell reporting from Flint. Oh, yeah, real good. About what? There you go again. Cuffs. Oh, Davina. Damn, you sure.
The time is now 4:32 p.m. on Monday, January 26th. I hereby call this Special Affairs Committee meeting to order. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Mr. Alameen is not in. Dr. Lewis is not in. Ms. Johnson is not in. Ms. Priestley?
Present.
Ms. Winfrey Carter is not in. Ms. Burns?
Present.
Ms. Mashat?
Present.
Mr. Pfeiffer is not in. Mr. Jarrett?
Present.
You have 4 members present.
We have 4 members present.
I'm glad I heard the phone ring. I gotta turn my volume off.
Tanya.
But your puppy, Oh, yeah, that's. She is so cool. She's like, oh, this is my doggy. Yep. Oh. Yep, they flew in. To get the dog? Oh, but your dogs are AKC, I think. Yeah. The papers. Yeah. Yeah. I've been saying I was gonna get a new dog, but I'm like a bad dog owner. I had to have a dog babysitter.
That's not being a bad dog owner. So another
I
couple,
love my dog when I had him. I had to put him down. He had a bullet in him. He was a rescue dog.
yeah.
But when I put him down, it was hard, and I felt bad. I just called the vet. I said, look, it's time. He's like, Tanya, it was time a year and a half ago. He went up by the big tree in the backyard, and he just sat there like, look, you can be right here.
You know when it's.
You know. He just, it was too much.
So,
So how much you sell your dogs for?
I'm not saying.
I know dogs. No, I know that. My cousin has a walking coon treehound dog. And I'm like, those dogs are $7,500.
That's a lot.
That is a lot.
We got 5. Sean. Oh. 5:30. So there was another couple who was supposed to fly in from South Carolina. They were at the gate, and they got a text as they were at the gate that their flight back was canceled.
Oh.
So they're coming in.
So how many is in your litter? How many do they have? That's it?
And we did with vet. So she was at a reproductive.
You want to know what's funny?
Ooh.
I started
costs-
to wear my burgundy thing.
It cost me a
I'm glad
fortune.
I did.
I am wearing burgundy.
Yeah. No, I have a burgundy shawl and I started to wear it. I'm glad.
Oh, y'all was twinning.
I love that brown.
I love you. I started to wear burgundy today.
See?
I swear I did. I was gonna wear my burgundy. I couldn't find my damn sweater.
I need that brown.
I put socks on
like
late
that.
to go to snow blow because I'd been barefoot all day because I'd left the house.
You like to walk around barefoot?
Oh yeah.
Oh, me too.
And
I hate wearing stuff on my feet. I just don't like.
Madam Clerk. Oh, is she in the parking garage?
But she gonna do the consent agenda anyway.
Yeah.
Put one thing on it. I don't know.
Yeah, we just gonna, and I don't wanna gavel out and she.
You pushing this, aren't you? And your car, is your car rear wheel drive? It's not?
Was she getting out of her car?
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, you don't have a hot one? My dad. Just for that one My dad was a 70s, what,
You said she
75?
was getting out?
I think my dad was 75 and he bought a G6.
No, you got a lot of people coming up on the elevator.
He just, then it,
So she probably waiting on the elevator.
he was fly. That car probably blew a lot of my family. It's still on the road. Mine's a rear wheel.
And see, that's probably why my pen didn't work.
My 180 for this one was like a wheel. So it was a rear wheel. I've only had one rear wheel.
Okay, this should be quick, right?
Well, yeah, cause you were.
Who? No, I told him I wasn't coming. He gonna call me after church. I'm saying, so you was at Bedside Baptist Tabernacle today. I said, my days and nights are off.
Madam Clerk,
They terribly off.
if we could please do the roll call again so that it properly reflects all that are in attendance for this meeting. Thank you.
I was tired. Look, the last
It
time
is
I was
4:40 PM, and we
there, it was
will
4 hours for Avery's
redo the roll
baptism.
call.
I didn't party.
Mr. Alamin is not in. Dr. Lewis is not in. Ms. Johnson?
Present.
Ms. Priestley?
Present.
Ms. Winfrey Carter?
Present.
Ms. Burns?
Present.
Ms. Mashat?
Present.
Mr. Pfeiffer is not in. Mr. Jarrett?
Present.
You have 6 members present.
We have 6 members present. It is now time for the reading of the disorderly person city code subsection. Any person that persists in disrupting this meeting will be in violation of Flint City Code Section 31-10, disorderly conduct, assault and battery, and disorderly persons, and will be subject to arrest for a misdemeanor. Any person who prevents the peaceful and orderly conduct of any meeting will be given 1 warning. If they persist in disrupting the meeting, that individual will be subject to arrest. Violators will be removed from the meetings. Are there any requests for agenda changes and/or additions? Seeing as how there are no requests for agenda changes and/or additions, it is now time for public comment. Members of the public who wish to address the city council or its committees must register before the meeting begins. A box was placed at the entrance to the council chambers for collection of registrations. No additional speakers or slips will be accepted after the meeting begins. Members of the public shall have no more than 3 minutes per speaker during public comment, with only 1 speaking opportunity per speaker. First public speaker, Madam Clerk.
First speaker is R.L. Mitchell.
Hello, I'm R.L. Mitchell. Speaking on this situation about people say we don't have an internal affair in Flint, and about dealing with these killer cops. For the record, my house was broke in 2 days ago by a field mouse, because that's the only way I figured, because he put this in front of my study. And he woke me up. A field mouse was like a packing rat. I thought somebody was in my house because they wanted me to, somebody passed through you to the attorney. Pass this to the attorney and pass it around to make sure Miss the Sixth Ward get it, because she know how to. Anyway, I was 2020, my friend and I was at the coffee place, and all of a sudden she got a phone call, went to Grand Blanc, and then next thing you know, she was announced missing, killed in action. These things came up. Her name was Robin McNeil. And I think I know what Chief Green don't show up because he's negotiating with them Grand Blanc cops, just like they doing in Milwaukee. We was the first one dealing with these vigilante cops, but nobody, a little field mouse had to wake me up. It had to be a mouse. And like I say, pass it to the secretary and back. And like I say, about this, because I was attacked on Saginaw Street. I didn't know, coming home from church at the same time this happened, a cop pulled a gun on me and told me to get in the car. I was walking for 8 miles from the church out in Burton, and then that's when, and all this stuff, and the guy had a gun. He could have shot me. He woke me up when that little kid over across the street, a boxer, kidnapped the dude, put him in jail for 3 days, and I'm going around like nothing ain't happened. I thought about that the other night when they come in here talking that junk and nobody, bitching Angela cops, about spraying people's and then 6th Ward council lady missing in now, Big Moose missing in this, McCandless Massacre, somewhere. Then maybe they're together somewhere. I don't know what she talking. Just like this bill. Will somebody come and get this for you? Yeah, like I say, these killing, they got to be dealt with. You got to bring that cop. I want to know if that cop still are living this on the street. They be killing people like it ain't nothing. I just took a good look at this and all this stuff, and with that field mouse, worrying about, it had to be a mouse. Anyway, stay tuned, New York. We're still dealing with these vigilantes, ISIS in Flint.
Thank you. Next public speaker, Madam Clerk.
The final speaker for this meeting is Tanya Jones.
Good evening. My name is Tanya Jones. I'm here advocating for my son and the homeless population. I just want to say, you guys, keep on coming. I feel like it's a waste of time anyway, because I'll be feeling like Neely got his votes and it's going to go how it wants to go. But I just want to keep saying, everybody make sure to get out and vote this November. I don't want to say who to vote for, just make sure you educate yourself on voting, because the only change we're going to be able to make is by getting out here and vote. And I want to say, like with the opioid crisis,
I'm not ready, but we don't have a quorum yet. The time is now 5 o'clock, and I hereby call this Finance Committee of the Flint City Council to order. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Mr. Alamin? Present. Dr. Lewis is not in. Ms. Johnson is not in. Ms. Priestley?
Present.
Ms. Winfrey Carter is not in. Ms. Burns is not in. Ms. Mashat? Present. Mr. Pfeiffer is not in. Mr. Jarrett is not in. You have 3 members present.
We have the 3 members present. We need 5 for a quorum, so we will wait until we achieve quorum to resume.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I told him I wish I had a mother like you. We all wish I had our mother, don't we?
Oh, yeah. Looking like the Supremes tonight, boy. Hand up. Oh, yeah.
How you doing?
It's tough, it ain't easy.
Hey, look, you let some bird, look, you look fine, you don't have to stay on the knee.
I'm sorry I missed your birthday. I apologize. I was like, I was sick at home. I was sick.
I vowed I wouldn't take another kid in, but it's my heart is
I was so mad when you guys said,
her dad, she got me from her dad.
you can tell her on her. I'm so mad at him, man. He's so good. I'm going to put it in. Please don't make me miss the next one. Please. Okay. Don't you? Okay. That's fine. That's okay.
So we got to say, you know, And I have no law degree. You know, my son one day, he went to school. And then they have a surprise section of everybody going to the man. Somebody said to yourself,
just got,
John Chair. So one of the things is, the health department, which, before you always safe serve. Yeah. Yeah, right, present.
Ms. Mashat? Mr. Pfeiffer is not in. Mr. Jarrett?
Present.
You have 7 members present.
We have 7 members present. Reading of disorderly persons city code subsection. Any person that persists in disrupting this meeting will be in violation of Flint City Code Section 3110, disorderly conduct, assault and battery, and disorderly persons, and will be subject to arrest for a misdemeanor. Any person who prevents the peaceful and orderly conduct of any meeting will be given 1 warning. If they persist in disrupting the meeting, that individual will be subject to arrest. Violators will be removed from the meetings. Are there any changes, or additions? Are there any changes, or additions? I am adding a 15-minute special order at the end of the agenda for discussion on an update of the 2025 audit.
Madam Chair,
Yes, ma'am.
since we're not going to have the other 2 committees, I would like to add a brief update about the water testing on Brownell.
Yes.
Can we vote on it?
Are you objecting?
I am up.
Okay, we have an objection.
And
So,
Can we vote individually on each item?
yes. So the first special order is a 15-minute presentation, or discussion on the status of the 2025 audit. Roll call vote, please.
Mr. Alamin? This is a vote on adding the discussion, the special order for the audit on the agenda. Dr. Lewis?
Yes.
Ms. Johnson?
Yes.
Ms. Priestley?
Yes.
Ms. Winfrey Carter?
Yes.
Ms. Burns?
Yes.
Ms. Mashat? Yes. Mr. Pfeiffer is not in. Mr. Jarrett?
Yes.
The vote is 8 yes, 0 no.
The vote is 8 yes, 0 no. The next item that we are going to vote on is an update on water testing on the Brownell area. Go ahead and vote.
And this would be at the end of the agenda as well?
Pardon?
This will be at the end of the agenda as well?
That's what the request is.
Okay.
And so we have to vote on
Ms.
that.
Or Dr. Lewis?
Yes.
Ms. Johnson?
Yes.
Ms. Priestley?
No.
Ms. Winfrey Carter?
No.
Ms. Burns?
No.
Ms. Mashat? Yes. Mr. Pfeiffer is not in. Mr. Jarrett?
No.
Mr. Alamin? The vote is 4 yes, 4 no.
The vote is 4 yes, 3 no?
4 yes, 4 no.
4 no. That motion fails. So we are adding the discussion on the audit updates. So it's now time for public comment. Members of the public who wish to address the city council or its committees must register before the meeting begins. A box will be placed at the entrance to the council chambers for collection of registrations. No additional speakers or slips will be accepted after the meeting begins. Members of the public shall have no more than 3 minutes per speaker during public comment, with only 1 speaking opportunity per speaker. Who is our first public speaker, Madam Clerk?
First speaker is George Bowden.
Hello, my name is George Bowden. I'm a longtime resident of Flint, but I haven't lived in Flint for over 30 years. but my business is, for over 25 years, the Simmons Transmission at 2809 Lapeer Road. Candace Machette is a council person in that area. Even though I could not vote for her, she still has been very diligent in answering any questions that I've had, giving me solutions, not just, I can't do it, there's nothing we can do. She gives me options and solutions, and I really want to commend her for that. She's been a really godsend to not only myself, but the neighborhood and some of the things that we've done to help beautify and clean up the neighborhood and address blight, and hopefully to cut down on some crime. She's been a real asset to the 5th Ward. And I only know that because I've worked with her on a lot of projects, and she's always come through. And that's about it. Unless you want me to take the other 2 minutes and 10 seconds, and I can just ramble on about my shop. You sure? Okay.
Thank you.
Next speaker is Michelle Young.
Good evening to council. I just want to talk about a few things. I had previously asked about the water, the amount of water funds that we received as residents of $1,000. And I was very disappointed that one of the council people said there's nothing they can do. So I am asking the president of the council, I don't think you were here that day, and the vice president, especially the vice president because she deals with water all the time, can you collectively as a group be a voice for us and not always say it's something you can't do? It wasn't you two, but the person that said it, it was nothing they could do to be a voice. And what I asked is, can you, on behalf of the citizens of Flint, ask for the interest so that we can get more funding for the losses that we took? Collectively, 1 through 9 ward, if the president and vice president could lead that effort, we would appreciate it as a citizens of the city of Flint who were personally damaged by the water. I would also request that if the vice president can ask for the DPW director to come to the next meeting and just give us an update on pipe replacement. We haven't seen the DPW director. I think he make a lot of money. Everybody know about when the meetings are. We discussed that a couple of weeks ago when we were held to a higher standard that we should know what time it is. They know what time it is. They're in the building all day. It's posted everywhere. I would like to meet the DPW director and see how well they're doing in that department. ARPA, I know a person said that they don't have any updates on how much ARPA is left. Well, I thought the ledgers were very important, like the categories that you guys put stuff in. So, President, I'm asking if you could hold the finance chair accountable for giving us an update since she meets with the city of clerk, the finance department. If we can get an update. Are you guys getting 30,000 more in each ward? And if so, what do you plan on doing with it? Be inclusive. Don't sit back and not include the deaf community. Remember, that's still on the plate. And debate. Anybody running should debate.
The next speaker is Michael Clack.
Good evening, Council. Michael Clack, 2nd Ward. I'd just like to remind the residents that on January 1st of 2027, that the state of Michigan is going to start collecting income taxes from the city of Flint. And I think that's important. What that means is residents are not able to pay on time, that the state has the authority to enforce collection, including the ability to garnish wages, okay? For an extremely impoverished city like Flint, that could be dangerous. I understand that tax collection is necessary for a city to function, but taking money directly out of people's paychecks when families are already struggling only could make things worse. Right now, the City of Flint Income Tax Division is responsible for collecting and enforcing the Flint City income taxes. This change shift that responsibility to the state, and you take local control away from the accountability from our local elected officials. If Flint is going to become more self-sufficient, some of our elected officials must think more about the residents in our local tax base, not their own personal interests. We also cannot afford to send someone to Lansing who's willing to request $25 million for a phantom organization while Flint residents are still dealing with damage left behind by the crisis. Let's put that number, $25 million, into perspective. A standard asphalt roof in Michigan costs between $7,000 and $15,000. At the high end, $15 million could pay for 1,600 roofs. A furnace costs between $3,000 and $10,000. That's up to 2,500 roofs. Hot water heaters range between $1,500 and $4,000, or up to $6,000 for a tankless system. That's up to 4,200 systems. In-home pipe replacement averages around $7,500, meaning $25 million could fix the plumbing in over 3,000 homes. And that doesn't even include sinks, refrigerators, windows, bathtubs, or damage done to people's front yards when the pipes are dug and replaced. And Flint residents have received only a $300 water credit out of $94.7 million sent to the city. Property owners who are lucky receive up to $1,000 out of a $625 million settlement. That's not relief, that's just a drop in the bucket compared to what Flint residents actually need. Now let's talk about investing that could start the process of Flint becoming more self-sufficient. Oh, I ain't got much time. A new garbage truck costs about $400,000. $25 million could pay for 62 trucks. Now let's just say Flint only needs 20. That's about $8 million. A diesel mechanic makes about $60,000 per year. And if we hire 20 of those diesel mechanics to maintain those trucks, that's $1.2 million in wages and good-paying skilled jobs for Flint residents. So the question becomes, where do we get these mechanics? The answer is simple. We train them. Thank you.
Thank you.
The next speaker is John Baker.
Good evening. How you doing? It's been about 28 days since I initially came to speak to you about the food that I had a problem with in Flint. Actually, I'm kind of happy. I went past one of the stores and like they literally just dumped the freezer out. You know, that's good. You know, at least the food is there and it's fresh, you know. I've talked to Ms. Mouchant. Everyone's given her praise today. She actually did reach out to me a few times in the past week and had me put up for a food council. I'm not sure the name of it. I just wanted to be like, you know, I'm here. I'm trying to make it known and give people a better or easier way to make a complaint, because it was 3 weeks before I actually heard about MDAR. It was a city attorney last week that really had me going there. I've done that, made the complaints, and pretty much done everything that you suggested that I do. You know, I appreciate the help that I've been getting from people individually here, phone calls and stuff like that. And just wanted to let you know that whatever you need, because I'm reaching out to the Mott Foundation, and I've went out to the North Flint market and checked them out and talked to them, and had some people that are willing to come together to like try to do something in the immediate right now. I know things are gonna take like maybe a year or more to get something actually done, or some rules or regulations put in place where, you know, things can actually a change be made. But I was just trying to see if we can get something done immediately, because it's been 28 days and I just went to the stores that I initially complained about, and they're still 2-week-old food. I have Mrs. Priestley, I was talking to Ms. Mouchant at the last the end of the meeting last, off the record, and you said, oh, well, those photos that you gave us, they didn't have any times. You could have took those photos anywhere. I talked to the reporters, and they're gonna email you with the digital timestamps so that everything is up to par, because that's what you ask. It makes sense to come with solutions when you guys ask me a question, instead of just coming and yelling at you. I appreciate the help. Johnson, Priestley, Carter, Burns, Rashad. I'm just trying to help. I appreciate your help.
Next speaker is Rich Jones.
How y'all doing today? I'm just here to remind y'all of the missed opportunity that this council had when it came to helping the citizens of Flint. It's very apparent that in the future, y'all become creative with the pen. And what I mean by that is write up resolutions and ordinances that favor the people. A request that was made after a conversation with the late Eric Mays about how much money it was going to cost to stabilize the water fund, the amount was $21 million. The amount I brought up was 22, because 22 just sound better. How many times did I get ignored when I said that Dan Kildee, I'm gonna say that again very loud, Dan Kildee, the one who wrote up what was then called the pandemic relief. You could have stabilized the water fund, took that extra money, and put it in the general fund. Think about some of those people that lost their homes because of the water bill. And the council person that's not here, he made a reply, the last one to reply. It was about as stupid as the other one when they said, tell the people to call in and get in line with the whole county with the 411 on Wednesdays. But he was like, well, they go 11 million deficit every year. That means I brought that up about 7 years ago. So we like 100 million short in the water fund now? I don't think so. But if you would have zero balance those people water accounts, set up something in writing to where they wouldn't have to owe $2,000 and $3,000 and $4,000 in water. That's just one thing. Please, if any of y'all, and then let me say this right quick. Since you're not going to be on council, go ahead and give the North Flint Food Plaza their money. It don't make no sense how we have helped so many people, but we can't help ourselves. If it go wrong, it go wrong. Look how many choices was made that went wrong. Give us a chance to do something wrong. You hearing this man complain about outdated food. North Flint Food Market don't got no outdated food. Go back and give them man to give them their money. Thank you.
Next speaker is Mari Copany.
A few days ago, a Facebook page titled Good News Daily posted an AI image of a faucet with water flowing into a cup. It reads, Flint, Michigan has officially replaced all 11,000 lead service lines. After 10 years of activists refusing to give up, every home now has clean water. A true victory for the people power. That post has been shared over 40,000 times on that page alone. But if you open the comments on that post, it's full of residents explaining the current state of their water. Not a single person from Flint on that post said they were celebrating that the water was fixed. And it doesn't take a rocket scientist to know that the water still isn't fixed. And it hasn't been fixed for 4,304 days. The only local leader that commented trying to correct the misinformation was Delrico Lloyd. Misinformation like this not only hurts the people here, but it hurts all the progress we have made for over the past 12 years. So many of you are active on social media. Now is the time to use those platforms to speak for your constituents. Speak out against all this fake news and let the world know that Flint isn't fixed. Please stop the misinformation. Please tell your residents hey, this isn't real. That's all, because AI is mad dangerous. That's all.
The next speaker is Micaiah Owens.
Good evening. My name is Micaiah Owens. You can call me Mick. I'm running for mayor this year. And the reason why I'm running for mayor is because I grew up in Michigan. I did not grow up in Flint. I'm actually fairly new to the city.
We can't, sorry, sir, we can't have political speech at the podium.
I just want to introduce myself, and I am running for mayor. And I will state this, that I am hearing all over the city from our residents that people are complaining still about the water. In certain wards, I'm just providing a report. That's all I'm doing.
As long as it's not political
Sure
campaigning,
thing.
you
Nope,
can go ahead and
just
speak.
providing a report. That's all I'm doing.
Yeah.
So as I've been meeting with people, there are a couple frustrations that I'm understanding from our residents. One of which is the water, which I do believe, just personally, not as a campaign pitch, but just personally, we need to put the water issue to bed. When people are calling with complaints, we got to address them. We need to fix them. And there's a lot of complaints in different wards. Now, I'll be honest. In my house, I've never seen discolored water. In my house, I've never had smelly water. But I have friends in the 2nd Ward, I have friends in the 6th Ward who complain of those, even recently, and their pipes have been changed. As to the water, I think that some people take the approach that it's all bad. Honestly, I'm not an engineer and I haven't done the deep dive research on it to know. I need access to all the documents, and I don't have that. But what I do know is when we have residents complaining of discolored water or smelly water at the present, those complaints need to be taken seriously. People don't complain to the government. They don't show up to meetings just for fun. When we have complaints, we need to take them seriously. And the sooner we act to take those complaints seriously and put those to bed, the sooner our residents are going to take faith in what our government's doing, and they're going to start trusting us again. When our residents trust us, then the rest of the world's going to trust us. Flint used to have the highest per capita income in the world. And obviously that's not the case anymore. If we can fix the water, it's going to set a great foundation for us to start rebuilding again. Our people are going to want to invest in here. Everyone I talk to, these people are in their middle ages and they're just so sad that their kids don't want to stay. They're moving out because they don't have faith in the water, they don't have faith in the government, they don't have faith that, that the blight's going to be taken care of, and they're leaving. If we can take care of this issue of the water, that's going to be a great foundation for us to start rebuilding our city. Also, I'm getting reports from a lot of people of frustrations with the businesses. Our small business owners are really struggling in the city of Flint. And we do have some programs to try to help them. But what they're saying their biggest frustration is with trying to get approved. When we have a building that hasn't been used in a while, it becomes very burdensome for our business owners to reutilize those businesses. So then they sit as blight. If we can start reworking some of our zoning ordinances, maybe creating a more streamlined process for new businesses to actually rehab these old buildings, it might be helpful. I think we could clean up a lot of our blight ourselves, rather than those buildings ultimately going to the land bank, and then we're in our land bank stalemate issue where we're trying to get the land bank to move faster, and we're waiting forever and ever and ever, looking at blight day after day after day in the downtown and all over the city. Also, if we fix our water issue.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
Okay, and before I announce the last speaker, I just want to point out to the public that we only have one meeting scheduled for today. The other 2 meetings were canceled due to the lack of agenda items. The last speaker for today is Ezeal.
Who was it? Could you repeat that?
Ezeal or Ezel?
Do they have the last name?
There's only one name on this slip, and it is Ezel, E-Z-E-L-L.
Okay, seeing how there's no movement towards the podium, we'll go ahead and do council response.
Madam Chair?
You want me to read this little spiel first?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Council members may respond once to all public speakers only after all public speakers have spoken. An individual council member's response shall be limited to 2 minutes. Go ahead, Ms. Mashat.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I do want to address a couple of points that was made with the DPW director. He was actually here one meeting, and he was prepared to speak. What happened was the item did not get separated, and because there are often other times where it's not created for him to speak, he didn't have that opportunity, but he has come to a meeting prepared to speak and give out information. What we can do is see if we can set aside some time just for him to kind of introduce himself, but he was here prepared to speak. Also, pipe replacement is handled by the state right now, but what we should be doing as a city is getting those numbers, so maybe he can just give us an update on where they are with pipe replacement. And then the post about water, you are absolutely correct about that AI post and it being scary. I had people calling me from other states, and I was like, I don't know what you're speaking on or what's happening. As far as we know, the information that we have from the state that is now handling pipe replacement, that is not accurate information that was given to us. No one up here put that information out. We had nothing to do with that. And I'm sure my colleagues are probably going to take an opportunity to restate that same thing, but that post was just as much of a shock for us as it was for the residents. And I am happy that residents did hop into that post and say, you know, that's not true. We're still experiencing quite the opposite of what this post is saying. And then as far as the interest money, I do believe the last time that you did ask for that, we talked about getting a letter sent. I believe Councilwoman Burns might have an update on something she was able to do individually. And then with that, I will yield. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else? Go ahead,
Madam
Ms.
Chair.
Go ahead, Ms. Burns.
Thank you. I do want to speak to Michelle's 6th Ward because you always have a lot of good questions. So we did request for the balance of the ARPA, have not received it yet, have not. And I'm hoping I'm going to send another request again because I've asked several times. In regards to the terrible article, which was false in all manners. It was something to put out there that we're, people feel confident that, thank God the water is safe. It's just not true. Our infrastructure is very fragile. We're experiencing more water main breaks than usual. We are still in the 90th percentile from 2019. We don't know how many restorations we have. Most people have completed their own restorations at this point from having their yards dug up. And the state took it over because we received four warnings, which was an administrative consent order that we were not in compliance. So the state said, hey, you don't have the ability, we're taking it over. So it's with the state. Getting information is extremely difficult to true numbers. We do not have our DPW is Clyde Edwards now. The deputy DPW, I'm correct on that. Deputy DPW is, I did meet him once, he wasn't on the schedule. I believe he lives in Canada. So we've got some issues to where, and he has not spoke before this council at all. So we've got some work to do. And also, I did send a letter to Special Master Greenspan, and I've given that email to other people to request, not just from my council seat, but to residents to send a letter to request the balance or the money from the interest.
Thank you, Ms. Burns. Thank you.
Thank you.
Sorry. Is there anyone else?
Oh, it's here.
Yes,
Go
Madam
ahead.
Chair. I would like to first thank the residents for being here. and for being engaged in the process. And I wanted to speak to something Ms. Michelle Young pointed out as far as the letter. And I do understand that Councilwoman Burns did write a letter. However, I want to say this. In order for the letter that Councilwoman Burns wrote to the special master, I would think that the residents would also write a letter to make that letter that she wrote more impactful. We need the residents to start standing up. This chamber should be full, and I thank you all who are here, but we have so many issues in this city. This chamber should be full every week. Whenever we have a council meeting, this chamber should be full. I shouldn't be able to hold up my 10 fingers and count the number of people in this chamber. So I'm asking the residents to get involved, be more engaged. You know, take advantage of what's going on in your city. It's your civic responsibility. So that's what I'm asking. And I just really think that the residents should be writing letters to the special master as well. And I'm gonna write a letter myself, but I'm asking the residents to write one too. Thank you and have a great day.
Thank you. Anyone else?
Madam Chair.
Go ahead.
Thank you. So I want to address a few things. So I hear you, Michelle, and I know that we did inquire about the ARPA funding, so I will put in a formal request to the finance chair and the CFO so we can get an update. So if you have a specific question that you want answered, because once you hit the lectern, you can't ask another question, so send those so we can make sure that they are addressed so you all can have those answers. Next, the water testing update. So this is to the residents that live in the 34 to the 3600 block of Barnell. I know that we extended it as well. I told them that every meeting, every government operation meeting, that I will put it on the floor so we can make sure that we don't lose sight of it, because we are like 3 years, this should have been done 3 years ago, but we're here now still talking about it. So I want to make sure that although we're not having a government ops meeting, that I'm still bringing it before the body. So you all heard that they voted down the update of the water testing. So, and I did try to put it on the floor so we can hear where we are, because again, we talk about water, we talk about cancer, and then when we have the opportunity to address it, we don't. So I just want to make sure that they know that I put that on the floor. The next thing is the North Flint Food Market. I want to emphasize to the residents how important it is. Thank you, Mr. Jones. And because it's important. It's not only important because it provides fresh food for our community, but when you have grocery stores in the neighborhood, it increases your property value, and also it aids with the grant funding when they're building new homes in your area, so that's important. So let's make sure that we continue to support that, and remember that you do not need a membership to shop at the North Flint Food Market. And I will also add that I am working on, it was someone else's response, I kind of lost it. But just in all transparency, we want to make sure that we are transparent and that we are working on your behalf. If not, we shouldn't be sitting here. So thank you for your time.
Is it held up at the North Flint Food Market?
What?
Is it held up?
What? Anyone else? Anyone else want to? Anyone else for council response? Seeing none, I will go ahead and take some time. I want to speak on why I voted no to have the discussion on the Brownell Boulevard water testing. We had a special order on that, which we discussed last week, and we also are going to have one, I believe, on Monday, and where we will have more information. And to me, it just seems tonight to have, to wait until Monday when we will have more, rather than having it postponed and repeated again and again and again. So let's just have a well-informed discussion on Monday, and I will support that at 100%. I think that, there was another thing that it lost my mind too. Of course, everybody knows my mind's lost anyways, but I'm going to go ahead and I made Ms. Burns laugh. I'm going to go ahead and close this off, and let's go ahead and I'll entertain a motion for the consent agenda. Go ahead.
That we approve the consent agenda.
There's a motion by the councilwoman in the 7th ward, supported by the councilman in the 1st ward to approve the consent agenda. Are there any separations?
Madam Chair.
Yes, ma'am.
I just have one. And that is Resolution 260043, which is the Trojan Technologies Corp. Purchase of ultraviolet disinfection system bulbs, water pollution control.
Okay. Are there any others?
Madam Chair.
Go ahead.
260038.
Okay.
260040.
Okay.
260042.
Okay.
260041. Oh, this is like it's gonna be a complete one. Because 260044. So.
Okay, everything's been separated except for 260039. Is there anyone who wants to separate that? Seeing none, this is the vote to approve the consent agenda. Oh, you want a full separation then?
Yeah, let's do
Okay.
a full separation.
It's all separate, everything's separated. So our first resolution is, let me make note, all separated. Setting a public hearing, 260038.
Madam Chair.
Go ahead.
I make a motion that we send Resolution 260038, which is the setting of the public hearing, to council.
There's a motion on the floor by the councilwoman in the 7th ward to set a public hearing for the 2027 drinking water project plan, and it's supported by the councilman in the 1st ward. Is there any discussion?
Madam Chair.
Go ahead, Ms. Burns.
Is there someone here who can speak to this? We really gotta wait for him to take off coats? Hello.
Hello, I'm back again.
I know, and I got a couple questions, so you'll be up here a lot. Could you tell us what this is for?
This is the same thing as last year. We are, submitting another intent to apply to get funding through the SRF, through the state of Michigan, to do these two projects.
And how much?
29 million?
I know we declined it before. So these are the funds that, because we don't have it, and so it's not in our general fund, so it is with the hope that we don't have to pay it back.
Correct.
The hope, but not a guarantee.
But we won't know unless we
apply.
at least apply and submit the plan and then give the state the opportunity to tell us one way or another.
But us voting on this commits us, does this commit us to it?
No, it just commits us to being able to submit the plan to the state of Michigan. And they won't accept it unless you all are on board with that factor.
Okay, so the 29 million, and what's the two projects again? The
Torrey Road and the Northwest Transmission Main.
And is that a combination for both of those?
Yes.
Okay, and have those been out to bid?
No. Now,
So it
I've
could
done,
be-
surveys. I've paid
Okay.
a company to do a survey on the Torrey Road to determine what it needed to do, what we needed to do there to restore it, to bring it up to today's standards, and a rough cost.
Okay, so look, it'll be probably some change orders or something coming. What all needs to be done on those separately?
Okay, so Torrey Road was as a booster station that boosts pressure for the west side of our distribution system, Miller Road, Ballinger Road, and that side of town, the hospitals. It was built in 1954. Nothing has been done to it till about 2015. We did replace a couple pumps, but it wasn't with the engineering firm or nothing of that nature. It was just a pump company with their own little engineers. They installed two pumps and they're not working. We have had problems with them, and we have to baby them along, and they do not produce what we need them to. So that's why I paid Tetra Tech to do a survey to find out exactly what we need. on that project.
So the replacement pumps aren't working? And I'm
I mean, they're running and they're supplying power and pressure, but it's just not quite enough. And
So
if we
it's
dial
not
them up to
enough.
do it, they overload and trip out, and they say they weren't spec'd correctly.
And so when were they changed?
That was 2012, 2013, right in there.
Okay, so 2012, 2013.
And that was just, putting 2 new pumps in an old building. Everything else is still old there, still 1954 vintage, all electric, everything.
So what would be the new modifications?
To take that building and blow 3 of the walls out, make them a little bit bigger to accommodate 2 new pumps, 2 new, more efficient pumps.
Okay, what about the other building? Is it Torrey Road? I'm sorry, and what's the other?
So the other one would be the Northwest Transmission Main. That is a large steel water main that leaves the water plant, and it transmits water all the way to West Side over on DuPont and Mackin. It was an old steel pipe. When it does rupture, it's usually a catastrophic event. It ruptures in a big fashion, the whole seam will blow out. So
where
that's
is
why
that
it's been
at?
on the list.
I mean, can we?
So it goes down Stewart. I'm not a distribution guy, so I can kind of give you a rough estimate because I've heard them talk about it. It leaves the water plant, goes down Stewart. It follows along the old Buick site, so it goes parallel with the old Buick, and then it just snakes its way all the way over towards West Side, over off of DuPont and Mackin Road. So we had a reservoir over there, so that was a big transmission main that took a lot of water over to there, and it supplied Buick too.
Yeah, because that stops over, is it behind Old Northern, Mackin Road area?
I couldn't tell you. I just know it's.
Can you get me a map of that? Someone should
certainly.
have it.
Yes.
If
I'll
you
get that
could
to Clyde
please
tomorrow.
Send me a map or share with the colleagues too, so they would have it, because I know that water is stagnant over in that area at times. So with the pump producing, carrying it across town, I do know we had issues. Also, that automatic, in my time, is automatic flusher on Concord. Do we replace that?
Oh yes, we can. The
Have we?
Concord in Winona.
Yep.
Yes.
That's my time.
Thank you. Anyone else in the first round? Anyone else in the first round?
Madam Chair.
Go ahead.
Madam Chair.
Go ahead.
I believe that this letter that we have from the city administrator speaks to this particular resolution. It says, council members, as previously discussed, the funding for projects under consideration is very important. This seems to be a stumbling block with this first step. I know it was conveyed by DLZ Engineering. However, the administration would like to reiterate 2 major points concerning this funding. First, there is no risk in the first step to apply. The approval of this resolution only gets you considered for the funding. There are no guarantees or obligations at this juncture of your application. The state will evaluate us and our projects and their unique merits and award accordingly. Again, the city of Flint is only under consideration for the funds, like every other municipality who applies and wants to go through the evaluation process. Secondly, if awarded the funds, the city of Flint Council will have the opportunity to decide if we want to move forward. Another resolution would be necessary to receive the money and agree to the terms. Once again, we encourage the passage of the resolution to place us in the pool of potential municipalities to be considered for project funding. It appears that this is our best opportunity to fund these important projects and avoid relying on other resources. I did want to read that, and that was respectfully submitted by our city administrator, Mr. Clyde Edwards. So just going back to what you said, Mr. Dungia, this is just simply the first step to see if we will, 1, even be considered, 2, if we do it, and then 3, it comes back to council and for us to decide, depending on the terms in which it is granted to us, whether or not we will move forward. And so what we're looking at in front of us right now is just simply a public hearing to say, hey, may we apply, correct?
Correct.
Okay, thank you. I yield.
Thank you. Anyone else? Anyone else in the first round? In the second round? Go ahead. I figured. Are you asking for her to come up? Thank you. Come on up.
Real quick, Ms. Gray, what is the probability with us getting these loans as we put them in that they may be forgiven? Do you happen to know? What is your professional opinion?
I can speak in past instances when we have applied for loans, we have been forgiven. However, I can't tell you the percentage, but
How many loans this is for two, how many, well, this is one for 29 million. Are there other loans along the way? Because this is a part of the administrative consent order, am I correct?
yes, to complete these projects, yes, there are.
So we have to complete them.
Yes.
Are we behind deadline completing them?
No.
No.
Okay, was there an extension granted?
No. Not for these two projects.
No.
They
No,
realized
that's
they were
the
gonna be
big-
long-term, high-money projects, so they did slate them to the end of the ACO, and they give us time, till 2027.
Okay, but the ACO wasn't supposed to be, because I know we don't have the funding.
Not for these two projects that we don't know.
And so normally, are there any other projects in that ACO that we have to have? I don't have my ACO with me. Are there any other projects that we'll have to apply for funding also?
No, these are just the two major outstanding projects right now.
Okay, and so if we apply for this, it just approve or not approve, and then it comes back to city council
Correct.
for final approval in the form of a resolution.
Correct.
If we take on this loan and the $29 million responsibility, that the residents will definitely be talking about, do they want to take that on? Now, was this supposed to be covered with the WIN fund?
Northwest Transmission Main was a portion projected to be, but as time went on with the service line projects and other things, there wasn't enough funding, so therefore Eagle allowed us not to continue to.
So I know we went over, there were a lot of change orders. They stopped. We had, I think, 4 times deadlines in court. And so now we have to fix them. It's in a document and ordered by the judge, and we are, that's what, I need to read my order, my consent order, because I know these projects need to be done. And we did not have the funding. We were change ordered to death with the service lines by certain companies.
Correct.
I mean, by millions. And when this is now running over on a project that should have been paid for, but we did not have DPW at the time.
Thank
I
you.
yield.
Any other discussion in the second round? Any other discussion in the second round? Seeing none, this is the vote to send resolution 260038 to council.
Ms. Johnson?
Yes.
Ms. Priestley?
Yes.
Ms. Winfrey Carter?
Yes.
Ms. Burns?
Yes.
Ms. Mashat?
Yes.
Mr. Pfeiffer is absent. Mr. Jarrett?
Yes.
Mr. Alamin? Yes. Dr. Lewis? She is not in. The vote is 7 yes, 0 no.
The vote is 7 yes, 0 no. That will be sent to council. Thank you.
Thank you.
The next resolution is 260039, Grant for Auto Theft Enforcement Program, Genesee Auto Interface Network, and to amend the FY26 budget to include the grant. Is there a motion?
Madam Chair.
Go ahead.
I make a motion that we send resolution 260039, Grant Auto Theft Enforcement Program, Genesee Auto Interface Network, amend the fiscal year 26 budget to council.
There's a motion on the floor by the councilwoman in the 7th Ward to send 260039, supported by the councilman in the 1st Ward. Is there any discussion?
Madam Chair.
Go ahead.
Through you, Madam Chair, I want to find out who could speak to this resolution. Is the chief back there or the deputy chief of police?
Mr. Encliffe.
Come
on up.
And I'm going to ask while you're walking. I had a question. I was looking at the grant totals, $41,681, and the city's match is $70,000. Well, roughly $71,000. Why is it that the city's match doubles what the grant is?
So I'm not sure, so my name's Angela Amerman. I'm not sure why we only got 37% this year. Last year was 60%.
Okay.
I'm not sure, that's just documents that we received. So I don't know.
I mean, did anyone reach out to ask that question, that particular question?
It wasn't just the Flint that was affected by that. It was anybody that was involved with gain.
So we've had this grant before, right?
Yes, ma'am.
How many years?
Off and on, probably 10, 12, maybe more.
Okay, so, of the prior years, do you know what are the outcomes? Do we have any outcomes?
It's outcomes
As far as, huh?
Outcomes as far as what?
As far as, the grant, you
Well-
got this grant before, right?
Correct.
And this is for auto theft, right?
Correct.
So, have we noticed, have we seen that auto theft is going down? Is it decreasing in the city or increasing? What are the outcomes?
It's a day-to-day struggle with auto theft. I mean, they don't have that many investigators actually at game. So, I mean, they're constantly working and dealing with different auto theft rings that pop up and doing the investigation.
So this grant is to fund someone to actually take on this responsibility, right?
Correct.
And that's for one person.
Yes, ma'am.
Will that be enough?
Is it ever?
But, I mean, in order for the program to be impactful, we would probably need to have more officers on the case. And so that's why I asked, what were the outcomes of,
I don't have any stats. I don't
prior
have any
years?
stats in front of me to give you for the past few years. But they're out there day to day fighting the auto theft issues and everything that comes with them.
So, okay, my next question, and this is dealing with the budget, and I don't know. So we're getting the 41,000. I'll round it up to 42, and the city has to match 71,000. Is that already included in the budget?
Yes, that is included in the police budget.
It's already in our budget, in the police budget.
Yes.
So we don't have to worry about that. Okay, that's all I wanted to find out. Thank you, Madam Chair.
You're welcome. Any other discussion in the first round?
Madam Chair.
Go ahead.
So I do have the stats for you, Deputy. So it is down. On your crime comparison, it is down 7.69%. So that is your latest one that was. Yeah.
It's not great, but it's good.
So, but I think it was up prior. And so we know that as people get employed, not employed or lose employment, and summer months, it'll go up. Maybe the freezing cold weather has helped. Well, I think some of it has. So, do you know how many cars we have stolen annually?
No.
Okay, is there any way we can get that number? Like, it's not on the crime stat report.
How soon do you want that number?
By Monday, is that possible?
Yep.
If we can get it by Monday, I would like to see, and this would only employ one person?
Correct.
Is that with benefits? Full-time, part-time?
Full-time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Any other discussion in the first round? Any other discussion in the
Madam Chair.
first? Go ahead, Mr. Jarrett.
I just want to, good evening. I just want to make sure I'm sort of clear. So the total project includes staffing for a City of Flint officer in this effort?
Correct.
And that's one person?
Correct.
What and maybe I'm just reading into this wrong. So is this Genesee Auto Interface Network, is it a true network of other agencies within the county
Yes,
that are
sir.
working together?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so there is some leverage of resources in that regard. And we just got that there's a reduction of 7% in thefts over a small window of time. For Monday also, is it possible to get a larger picture of the impact of this program? I don't know if where you would go for it is to the GAIN program for their statistics to find out, okay, how is it impacting the community at large? And then if they do target in specifically for Flint, because, yeah, to think one person in the city is like, wow, that's...
Well, they all work together as a team, so I'm not sure how many other departments are, 9 total.
There's a total of 9 working throughout the, okay.
And that's departments. I don't know for each agency, I don't know how many
It's,
they
How many they
one.
have?
Oh, it's one, okay.
Okay. And you say we've been in and out of the program for
Well,
several...
I've been here since 2021, and we've had somebody in GAIN the whole time, so I can't speak for consistently before that.
Okay.
But I know working in the area that the city of Flint has had somebody in GAIN pretty regularly.
If by chance the funding for GAIN was lost, the $40,000 part, how would the city go about, or do you think we would go about making sure we still have that person there doing that same job in that same way, and we just have to find the money somewhere else?
Well, I think if we lost that money, I think GAIN wouldn't be around.
That's what I'm saying. If GAIN weren't around, how, as the deputy chief, police chief, how would you think we would respond as a department to ensure or make up some other, just cover the auto theft concern in a different way?
We definitely have to do it a different way.
Okay.
We have to use our resources here. Like, we only have one detective assigned out there right now.
Okay.
So that, I don't know if that one detective would just go back into regular operations or just focus on stolen cars. There's, as one person.
So and maybe I'm taking liberty with what I'm thinking, I'm hearing. What I think I'm hearing is you believe there's definitely a need to have someone focused on, a detective focused on auto theft.
Correct.
Okay. All right. If you can, what you can provide for us by way of those numbers, Monday would be great. I would appreciate hearing more about that. I yield.
Thank you. Anyone else? Anyone else? I'm going to take a couple of seconds. For those of you who don't know, the NSO, our neighborhood safety officers, are one of our first lines of defense. They often find the stolen vehicles abandoned across the city. Do we know how many they might have found in the last 12 months? Just out of curiosity. That would probably be on our NSO stats, which we haven't received for last year yet.
Okay.
Okay. That was that was one of the things that I wanted to say. So is there any discussion in the second round?
Yes, Madam
ahead.
Chair. I forgot my train of thought. Going back to the impact, is there any information about the other GAIN grants that we received, about the outcomes Do we have any?
You mean what other jurisdictions are getting?
No, I'm talking about the city of Flint. We've had this grant before, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So do we have any information that talks about the outcomes? What did we find using this money?
I thought that's what.
How did it really help? How did it really benefit the city? And when you send the report, you know, the other information that Councilwoman Burns asked for, can you also include that in? Also, I was noticing, so the grant goes from October 1st of 2025 through to September 30th of 2026. So why are we just now getting this?
Well, I was late getting the document, so couldn't put the resolution together until I got a signed agreement. So once we got the signed agreement, we were able to create the resolution. That's why it's just coming now.
Okay, so do we already have someone in the position?
Yes.
So they started in the position October 1st?
Well, there's been somebody out there since I've been.
Well, yeah. Okay. So I'm sure they have the information that we need as far as the outcomes and everything. So can you make sure, like Councilwoman Burns requested, make sure that all of the council members get that information? Okay, thank you.
Any other discussion in the second round? Any other discussion in the second round? Seeing none, this is the vote to send resolution 260039 to council.
Ms. Priestley?
Yes.
Ms. Winfrey Carter?
Yes.
Ms. Burns?
Yes.
Ms. Mashat? Yes. Mr. Pfeiffer is absent. Mr. Jarrett?
Yes.
Mr. Alamin? Dr. Lewis?
Yes.
Ms. Johnson?
Yes.
Vote is 8 yes, 0 no.
The vote is 8 yes, 0 no. That will be sent to council on Monday. The next resolution is 260040, the grant for continuing professional education, State of Michigan Commission on Law Enforcement Standards. I'll entertain a motion.
Madam Chair.
Yes, ma'am.
I make a motion that we send resolution 260040, grant continuing professional education, State of Michigan Commission on Law Enforcement Standards to council.
It's been moved by the councilwoman in the 7th Ward to send 260040 to council. Is there support? Supported by the councilwoman in the 1st Ward. Any discussion?
Madam Chair.
Go ahead, Ms. Burns.
Do we have who could speak to this? Oh, I thought you went back.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. Thanks. So what type of training would this be? Is this continued education for the MCOs?
Correct.
Okay, is it any specific or just a required?
Well, I was told you guys were emailed the information.
This
Yep.
is, no, we just got it.
Right.
As we, so that the public knows, we just got this and I have not read it. I actually used it for other notes, but, okay. So can you tell me about it?
So like.
And thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. So if you look at that middle column, the 2026, that's
The blue?
what we're doing right now.
The green?
Yep,
Both.
that whole column.
Okay, oh.
Yep.
Going down.
Yep, so like it explains right there, like there's so much for tactical, first aids, subject control, civilian disorders. And then there's some that the police department themselves can choose.
So they get, and thank you for this.
You're welcome.
This, I like this. So, so this states that it says, no less than 8 hours shall be completed on MCO's recognized tactical operations training. The suggested topics include first aid, subject control, civil disorders. We need training on that. Emergency preparedness, disaster. Do you do disaster control? Like an?
I don't.
It's offered?
Correct.
Okay.
Per the state, it has to be.
Okay. Terrorism, externus, awareness, and then in the blue column too, correct?
Yes.
Now that's the optional in the blue column?
Yes.
And that would be enhanced law enforcement performance, professionalism, We could use some of that. Public and officer, public safety, decision-making, we could use that. Is pre-approved by the law enforcement agency. So what are some of the enforcement or professionalism? What do they do for professionalism? Is that the modules where you're on the computer?
Video training?
Yes. And so what is on those?
I'm sorry?
What is the content on the video training for professionalism?
I can't speak for sure on this round yet, because I've only completed a couple of the modules for this first quarter for 2026. And I have looked at the total list that was put together.
Okay, and, okay, 20. Okay.
So Lieutenant Frost puts together the curriculum for the department. And he sets that up per quarter, and we're responsible for completing that.
And so with the professional training, so this one says 24 hours, no less than 8 hours shall be complete on MCOs to recognize technical training. So do you have to take suggested time? You don't take training in all of these. Do you choose?
Lieutenant Frost sets the training up. He picks it, and then we have to complete it.
So everyone doesn't take the first aid, subject control, civil disorders?
That part, there's a block.
Is that mandatory?
Yes.
So everything it would be this middle one right here, is that
Correct.
mandatory? Okay. And that's for all of is it continued education or one-time shot?
Well, each quarter, they spell it out what you're required to do.
Can we have Lieutenant Frost sets this up?
Correct.
Is it possible to you, Madam Chair, to make sure, and to the city clerk, if we can have, so he can explain the training? Because I would like to, because I know we had some of these issues which happened. We had a few civil disorders here in the council chambers. I would like to, in emergency preparedness, I would like him to expand on those, describe what the training is so that he can speak to what that training is, just so that we can be aware on it. And then the terrorism. Here's my other question at the time. With ICE being here, is there any training for that with, like we're seeing in Minnesota?
Like I said, I haven't read through the whole curriculum for this quarter.
If we can have Lieutenant Frost, right,
Yes.
at the next meeting, please, Madam Clerk. Do you? Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Any other discussion in the first round? Any other discussion in the first round? Seeing no movement, any discussion in the second round? Any discussion in the second round? This is the vote to send 260040 to council.
Ms. Winfrey Carter?
Yes.
Ms. Burns?
Yes.
Ms. Mashat?
Yes.
Mr. Pfeiffer is absent. Mr. Jarrett?
Yes.
Mr. Alamin?
Yes.
Dr. Lewis?
Yes.
Ms. Johnson?
Yes.
Ms. Priestley?
Yes.
The vote is 8 yes, 0 no.
The vote is 8 yes, 0 no. That will be sent to council. The next resolution is 260041, Construction Contractors Incorporated to repair the Northwest Pump Station Sluice Gate Water Pollution Control.
Madam Chair,
Go ahead.
I make a motion that we send Resolution 260041, which is the Construction Contractors Incorporated Repaired Northwest Pump Station, Sluice Gate, Water Pollution Control to council.
There's a motion on the floor to send 260041 to council by the councilwoman in the 7th ward, supported by the councilman in the 1st ward. Is there any discussion?
Madam Chair.
Go ahead, Ms. Burns.
To Scott Dungy, is he back there?
It's
Oh, Jeanette Best.
Jeanette. Ms. Best.
We lose so much time with the walk down. You lose 30 seconds. Yeah. All right, Ms. Best, I'm gonna get started because we've already lost 30 seconds. How are you today? Good. So that station, that received the overhaul, am I correct, not too long ago?
Yes, we did some work there, but we did not do anything to this is the influent gate, the gate that lets the water come into the pump station.
It is going to be so hard to hear you, and I apologize. Yeah, I know it doesn't probably bend down the mic.
I tried.
I understand. Okay, can you say that again?
The gate that we need to repair was not the gate, it's actually the shaft that opens and closes the gate, is the gate that lets the water come into the pump station, which we did not include in the rehab that we did to the pump station. We replaced the pumps and did and valves and things like that in the pump station.
So that the other components were replaced,
Right.
but that the shaft was not replaced. Is there a reason why it wasn't replaced? Was it?
It was working fine.
How old is it?
The pump station, I don't know how old this particular gate was, but the pump station was built in 1956, I think.
So
But
is it?
I don't think the gate is that old. It was probably replaced
75
somewhere
years?
Yeah, somewhere along the line, but the gate is just a big, huge slab of cast iron, and then there's a shaft that goes all the way down into the wet well where the water comes into the station, and the shaft is like a big screw, and you can open and close the gate. Well, because it's so deep, it has couplings on that shaft, and it's like 3 pieces. Well, one of the couplings came undone. It broke. And we used the camera and looked at it, and it looked like the shaft was straight.
So is it metal?
Yes.
So
That's steel.
our water was pretty corrosive, and then the age of it probably just reached its peak.
Well, the coupling broke.
Okay.
So we hired this company, the same company, to try to just replace the coupling. So they did that, and when they were, we couldn't get down in there because it's really deep, and you'd need specialized equipment to get down into the wet well. When they tried to couple the 2 pieces back together, they were offset. So the shaft itself was bent.
So is it propped open now just to?
They used a big piece of equipment and pulled it open and then fastened it open.
Is it forced to stay in one position now?
Yes.
Are we breaking any?
It's held up with like come-alongs, big nylon straps.
So it's
Yeah,
rigged
so
up?
Yeah, it's rigged up so that we could properly use the pump station. Because before that, we had to bypass it.
Okay, and how long will this, this is like an emergency though.
Well, we thought we could get it fixed, but yeah, we'd like to get it done as quickly as possible.
Yeah, if it's got straps, the coupling's broke.
Yep.
And nothing's working, and we don't know the exact age of it.
No.
The station is, you said, in the 50s?
Right.
When it was built?
Mm-hmm.
And so to get the gate, and now it's propped open just so it'll function.
Right.
Is there any danger with having it left open all the time?
Well, we'd never be able to do any maintenance work on the pump station itself because we can't shut off the flow to it.
What pump station is it again?
It's the Northwest Pump Station, which is on site. It's a little pump station that takes in the northwest flow from the northwest part of the city.
Yeah, my part. Yeah. And so how long will it take for them to repair this?
I think we've already ordered the parts.
Okay.
So it should take probably a couple of weeks. But
For
they're
them to repair it?
Right.
Can they repair it in this cold weather?
Yes.
We gotta ask.
You can do anything in the cold weather if you have to.
Okay. I yield the floor. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other discussion in the first round? Any further discussion in the first round? Seeing no movement, any discussion in the second?
Madam Chair.
Go ahead.
So when this is repaired, so it's just the shaft?
Right.
But with it being the date, the age of the other parts, are we looking at that? Has it been inspected?
Yes.
So it's just the shaft, everything
Just the
else?
shaft, right.
Okay, because right now we're rigged up.
Yeah, this,
So-
it's a huge cast iron gate.
Okay.
So they last forever. It's just the shaft that goes up and down did not.
Yeah. Okay. All right, thank you.
Thank you. Any other discussion in the second round? Any discussion in the second round? Seeing no movement, this is the vote to send resolution 260041 to council.
Ms. Burns?
Yes.
Ms. Mashat?
Yes.
Mr. Jarrett?
Yes.
Mr. Alamin? Yes. Dr. Lewis?
Yes.
Ms. Johnson?
Yes.
Ms. Priestley?
Yes.
Ms. Winfrey Carter?
Yes.
The vote is 8 yes, 0 no.
The vote is 8 yes, 0 no. That will be sent to council. Our next one is 260042, change order number 1 for Paladine Inc. Polymer Water Pollution Control, and I just covered the thing up. For the water, let me get to the right thing, for fiscal year 2026. Is there a motion?
Madam Chair.
Go ahead.
I would like to make a motion that 260042 be sent, change order number 1 for Paladine Polymer, hold on.
Is supported by
You got it.
Yeah, I got it. It's been moved by the councilwoman in the 7th ward, seconded by the councilman in the 1st ward to send 260042 to council. Any discussion?
Madam Chair.
Go ahead.
Who? Oh. Well, due to, Ms. Jeanette Best. Ms. Best, why is this, it's a change order for how much?
It's $150,000 we need to add to the current purchase order. This polymer is what we use to separate the solids from the water before it actually conditions the sludge when we put it into the centrifuge to de-water the solids that we're gonna send to the landfill. And we had extra solids this year, which caught us off guard.
What do you mean you had extra solids?
The solids are what we digest in the digesters. It's all the solids that comes out of the wastewater. We put them in the
So
digester.
is it more than usual?
Right. And we use a little bit more polymer than we expected. But what the centrifuges do for us too is they actually de-water the solids better than our,
Thank you.
They de-water the solids better than our old filter presses. And we were probably basing the cost on the filter presses, which doesn't use quite as much polymer, but leaves the solids much, much wetter, which means we're paying more to haul them to the landfill because we pay by the ton. So for every % solids water you can de-water, you can save a lot of money.
How many more tons of solid did we have?
We generally treat about 7,000 tons of dry solids.
And if we're more, what was like the increase in solids?
I don't really have that number.
We just had more.
We had more.
We had more, okay.
Well, we had to do extra runs, we knew that, because normally we run 5 days a week, and we were running an extra day quite a bit.
Oh, wow.
So.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Is there any other discussion in the first round? Any other discussion in the first round? Any discussion in the second round? Any discussion in the second round? Hearing none, this is the vote to send 260042 to council.
Ms. Mashat?
Yes.
Mr. Jarrett?
Yes.
Mr. Alamin? Yes. Dr. Lewis?
Yes.
Ms. Johnson?
Yes.
Ms. Priestley?
Yes.
Ms. Winfrey Carter?
Yes.
Ms. Burns?
Yes.
The vote is 8 yes, 0 no.
The vote is 8 yes, 0 no. That will be sent to council. Our next resolution is 260043.
Madam, oh,
Trojan Technologies Corporation, purchase ultraviolet disinfectant system bulbs, water pollution control. Go ahead, Ms. Machado.
Madam Chair, I'd like to make a motion that 260043 Trojan Technologies Corporation purchase ultraviolet disinfection system bulbs, water pollution control be sent to council.
There's a motion on the floor by the councilwoman in the 7th ward, supported by the councilwoman in the 1st ward, to send 260043 to council. Is there any discussion?
Madam Chair.
Go ahead.
Thank you. Through you to Ms. Best. We're almost there. You really should. These last couple were you. Thank you so much. Just a couple of questions. We need to replace 192 bulbs, correct?
Correct.
All right, and what's the shelf life of these bulbs?
Well, we're going to put them in service. The life expectancy of these bulbs is probably about 4 years.
4 years.
And we've gotten 5 years out of the bulbs that we have. What happens is they tend to lose their intensity, and the intensity is what disinfects the water. So,
Right, could you give as best as you can a technical explanation for what the bulbs do and what specific water we are disinfecting, as well as the permitted values that we're trying to stay within?
okay. We're required to disinfect the treated wastewater before we discharge it to the Flint River. So this is, after the water's gone through the whole process, the last step is to disinfect it, so that we don't put fecal coliform in the river or any other. Fecal coliform is just an indicator organism. So this is to take care of all the pathogens that might be left in the water. And our limit is 200 colonies per 100 milliliters.
200 colonies?
200 colonies per 100 milliliters.
Per 100 milliliter,
Which
okay.
is a quarter of a cup. And that's a 30-day geometric mean, which means we could have numbers up and down all over the place, and then we average them out using a geometric mean. And that's a monthly geometric mean. Our counts right now are generally less than 10.
Okay.
So we're doing a really good job. As I said, the lamp expectancy is about 4 years, and we've had these in service for 5 years. So the cost, this is the first time we've had to replace them. We put them in service in late 2020, 2021. The cost is about $44,000 a year, which is pretty cheap compared to the chlorine that we were spending a whole lot of money on. The thing about chlorine is that it's a hazardous chemical, very, very hazardous. And not only did we have to have chlorine on site in 1-ton cylinders, and we would keep probably 8 or 10 of them on site at all times, we also had to have a dechlorinating agent, which was sulfur dioxide, which is another really hazardous material. And we keep 6 or 8 of those on site all the time. So this is a safety issue. If you looked at the affected radius around the wastewater plant, if we had a major leak in the chlorine system, we've got McLaren Hospital, there are 2 schools,
Right.
We've got several housing developments all around us. It would have been a major, major disaster. You would have had to evacuate a whole lot of people. Besides that, it's just hazardous to work with.
Is there some sort of trigger or warning that happens when the bulbs are losing their strength?
Yeah, we have, there's monitoring that tells you what the strength is and how they're doing. It tells you if one of them burns out or, one of them loses its intensity. So they're monitored continuously.
Okay. All right. And then I noticed that it is Trojan's technology specifically.
Yes.
And so because this is their specific technology, we have to use them in their replacement bulbs.
Yes.
All right. But if in the future, and I'm not saying, because I know they're probably watching, we're happy, not anything. I'm just saying in the future, if there was another company that we needed to go with, is this something that is an easy pivot?
You would have to change out the entire system.
So no. Okay. No, I knew the answer, but I just wanted it on record. Thank you.
I have seen I've worked at several different wastewater plants. I have seen other facilities try to use a substitute bulb.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't last 6 months.
Right.
So sticking with the OEM, basically, it's like buying OEM parts for your car.
Right.
The quality is much, much better, and they last, like I said, we got 5 years out of them, and we're quite pleased with that.
Bottom line, we ended up with 1 more year than we should have with usage out of this. So because the shelf life is 4 years, we have to replace 192 bulbs, and there are a lot of, we'll say, very disgusting bacteria that we risk if we do not get these bulbs changed.
That's true.
And also we miss being within the permitted values. So thank you. I yield.
Thank you. Any other discussion in the first round? Any other discussion in the first round? Any discussion in the second? Any discussion in the second? Seeing none, this is the vote to send 260043 to council.
Mr. Jarrett.
Yes.
Mr. Alamin. Dr. Lewis.
Yes.
Ms. Johnson.
Yes.
Ms. Priestley.
Yes.
Ms. Winfrey Carter.
Yes.
Ms. Burns.
Yes.
Ms. Mashat.
Yes.
Vote is 8 yes, 0 no.
The vote is 8 yes, 0 no. That will be sent to council. The last resolution is 260044 to authorize the second quarter fiscal year 26 budget amendment. What is the pleasure of the body? Yes, go ahead.
Support. Thank you.
It's been moved by the councilman in the first ward, supported by the councilwoman in the seventh ward to send 260044 to council. Is there any discussion?
Madam Chair, they're
Go.
already walking up. They're ready to go.
Yep.
Amanda, what is this budget amendment, and how are you? And how are you, Mr. Moore? And how are you, Mr. Borley? Since everybody's coming.
What was your first question?
What is this? This is a budget amendment.
Yes, for postage.
For postage.
Yes.
How much is postage going up?
It's in the,
Yeah,
in the notes, it went up like another
5
5
cents.
cents or something like that. Yes, it keeps going up, and we are sending out more mailings as well, and this is more to get to where our budget was, what we asked for originally.
So you said it's more than what,
Yeah, our budget,
The way that the budget was originally adopted, we had last year's postage number, and we need to update that for this year.
oh, so in the budget, you used last year's,
We requested this amount originally, but we adopted last year's budget for this year.
for 25, we
and
did
that's
25.
causing a problem for postage this year.
Okay, so when we passed it, we did the year 25, fiscal year 25 budget, we didn't do 26, and there's a 5 cents increase in postage. Yeah. On everything. Postcards, and you use all of these,
yes.
okay.
Yes, because when we send out like shut-off notices, we use a letter, not a postcard, so the postage is more.
Okay, so does all the mailing come out of your department?
A lot of it does. I mean, they do have us mail it for them because we do, we have a printer that can send it out for us, so it's a lot of it is going out through us. We are doing those backflow preventer things now where they have to do that every year, or, once every 10 years per household. So we're having to send like 2,800 letters a year. We're starting that up, so it's going to come through my office as well.
Because you have the machine or whatever to do it.
Well, we're probably sending those out to the printer, but if not, my office usually will do it on our own, but if we can have the printer do it, we will.
So does the mayor's selective birthday cards come through your department?
No.
No.
They don't? I never get one. and I vote. What department does that go through? Mr. Moore, you should know.
I believe that goes to the mayor's department.
Okay, I mean, every resident should get a birthday card from the mayor. Not just if you're a registered, but I'm a registered voter. I don't get one. You don't either? You're not on that list? Okay. All right. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other discussion in the first round? Any other discussion in the first round? Any discussion in the second round? Any discussion in the second round? Seeing none, this is the vote to send 260044 to council.
Mr. Alamin? He is not in. Dr. Lewis?
Yes.
Ms. Johnson?
Yes.
Ms. Priestley?
Yes.
Ms. Winfrey Carter?
Yes.
Ms. Burns?
Yes.
Ms. Mashat?
Yes.
Mr. Jarrett?
Yes.
The vote is 7 yes, 0 no.
The vote is 7 yes, 0 no. And now we come down to the special order for a 15-minute discussion on the status of our 2025 audit. So on Monday, I had a conversation with one of the auditors on to the status. Mr. Moore and Paul and I met with them about a month ago, and I had asked to have an estimated time as to when the budget for 2025 could be completed, since at that time our 2024 had not been received yet. And I got him to agree to the end of March, kind of tentatively. And, but then we found out that the Flint Housing Commission had not had their audit completed, that they were having trouble getting an auditor. So they're going through the process. It looks like we are going to have an auditor for them, but our audit will be later than March, and it was due December 31st. And I wanted to update the council so that there wasn't any questions, and that the council knew that I was keeping track of what's going on with our audit. All right, does anybody have any questions? Mr. Moore is still here. I asked him to stay.
I do.
For Mr. Moore or for myself?
No, Mr. Moore.
Mr. Moore?
Because I'm very well aware.
And Paul, can you come up?
Yeah. So I'm going to start. So the Flint Housing Commission is having problems with, they have a board member who was removed, voted, and they gave a letter to ask Mayor Neely to remove her. She's still showing up to meetings even though she was removed. At that time, it was $9,000 that was stated was diverted from, with the HUD funds to her personal account. Now that, yeah, Mr. Moore, I know if I've got it, I'm gonna give it to you if you don't have it. And then it was, I believe the Department of Justice or it was the FBI was looking at it, one of them. And that whole department, I believe, down there left, who was handling, it was the planning, a lot of that department left. And so she was given a repayment plan, which I asked, does Mayor Neely have the authority to give someone a $50 repayment plan on $9,000? I haven't gotten that answer yet, and I've been asking for that for months, at least 4 to 5 months. In addition, with the Housing Commission, those funds have went up to $41,000. So, and that was the last time, and still as they were looking into it. So they're gonna continue to have a problem with getting an auditor because they don't know how many funds were diverted, stolen, and I don't see how, because I've spoken with them at the Housing Commission, and it's affecting them with HUD. So who's getting them an auditor?
I've been working with the Housing Commission, trying to help them find an auditor.
Yeah, and it's hard, because they got monies that were stolen, and that total keeps going up.
And we're working on it, and I'm hoping that will get that resolved shortly. But that's been a lot, we have been working on that.
So it's holding up their funds. In the Flint Housing Commission, we have a housing shortage. And this is something that just grinds me, because here you have someone who was entrusted to serve on the board, diverted funds. Now it's holding up city business. Mayor Neely gives her a $50 payment plan. MLive writes an article about it, and she gets a $50 payment plan to pay back. That was only $9,000, which would take at that point, if we take the $9,000 and the $41,000, I think it would take like another, at $50, another 65 years to pay back. I mean, why are we, and here's the thing, why haven't charges, because I know you're aware, been brought against her? Do we know? Because now she's showing up for meetings. They took a letter and asked Mayor Neely to remove her, the president of the Housing Commission, and she's still showing up. And now it's affecting funding with their projects. This is not the way we do business. Well, it's the way we do business. It's the way we shouldn't do business. And I know it's not both of you, because they are frustrated over there. Because when you're dealing with federal funds and all of the red tape and the process that you go through, and you have someone holding it up and holding a whole commission apart for housing hostage, that's ludicrous to me. I mean, it's something that we should not even be discussing. They can't get an auditor for one reason. They don't know how much money is missing or stolen, and she's still showing up. That's a problem. Mayor Neely needs to answer to why he's giving her a $50 payment plan. This council didn't approve for her to get a payment plan at all. And through you, Madam Chair, to the city attorney. City attorney, you're new. I'm sorry, what is your name? Canberry? Canberry? Canberry. Thank you. Welcome. First time meeting you. I sent in a request, and I would like to have a referral because I've asked numerous times. Who has the authority to give a payment plan for theft? $1,000. Do you have the documents? Because I FOIA'd them.
No, I don't have anything about.
Okay, because you may not get an auditor because it's still going up. I don't know if you know that. Her total is still going up. Yes. Yes. And so I want to know who has the authority to make a payment plan with federal funds. I've never heard of this. And I keep asking, and things get stonewalled, and not because of you. I'm not at all. It's not. I know it's not you. But I would like to know does the mayor have the authority to give a person that has diverted funds, federal funds, to give them a payment plan? Where does that authority lie? Because if not, Mayor Neely needs to be up here asking where he's got the authority to give a $50 payment plan and is stopping and holding up their funding. We have all these, the public, and this is all public housing that is causing the problem with. This is their funds. And it's time for this government to stop playing games. You steal, you go to jail, as far as I'm concerned. I'm sorry, they've done the investigation. You take money, they ask, have the integrity to not even come to the board meeting. And you still showing up? I've never seen that, so if I can please get that, and if you can share that with my colleagues, because they're gonna have a problem. And they need renovations on some of these buildings. I mean, there's issues with them, and they can't do, which is gonna hold up our audit because of her. So now it's trickled down to the city's business because Mayor Neely's $50 repayment plan, and it's still going up. I yield the floor.
Thank you. I want to clarify one thing, is that one of the reasons why they had difficulty getting a new auditor is because their audit, which held up our 2024 audit, was so bad and so incorrect that our auditors, when reviewing their audit, found addition errors that should have been done in Excel. And so that is one of the reasons why they are having trouble getting auditors. Is there any other discussion on this update?
Madam Chair.
Go ahead.
This is one of those situations where there are a lot of things that are true at once. There have been some things that have been said today that I cannot confirm nor deny. I would appreciate you sending it. I think that there's just a certain way that things should be handled. I think that there's information that everyone should be privy to so that no one is caught off guard and it doesn't feel like it is an attack on a person in our community who has tried to serve as a liaison. Again, there are a lot of details that we clearly have not all been privy to at this point. The conversation that I think we all had at the most is the fact that they were having difficulty getting an audit done. And it is my understanding that, according to what Councilwoman Priestley just stated, there is an audit that is going to be performed, or there's someone willing to do the audit. It was my understanding that that was the immediate concern. Am I correct, Councilwoman Priestley?
Yes, ma'am.
And so that immediate concern with the audit has been addressed. I know that in the past, audits have been difficult for them, and it had nothing to do with that particular situation. And I just would like to have more information before publicly maligning or crucifying someone. I think that, and again, I have no knowledge of numbers going up or more money being found. I have no knowledge of that. I would like to see the same information that my colleague has. She stated that she will get that to all of us. I don't doubt that if any of these things are true, let's be clear, then she is well. Go ahead. Yes,
What's
ma'am.
your request?
I'm sorry, I'm not sharing. I'm sorry.
Did you get see the article, the first 9,000 with MLive, which was publicly posted?
So can I be honest with you about some things? Sometimes, because you know you've said some things, and sometimes the media doesn't accurately depict certain things. And I'm not saying MLive was or was not accurate in what they stated. I just want to see the official paperwork that you have, if that makes sense.
Okay, but that wasn't the question. Did you see the 9,000?
I did not read that article. I know that it exists, but again, for a source like this, because I am a government official, I would like to have the same. But you have, you know what I'm saying? You have more official paperwork and knowledge that I don't have on this. So I would like that.
I think that you should also reach out to the Housing Commission, because you can, as a government
I've
official,
had a couple people reach out to me, and some of the things that you're saying to me was not related to me. Was not relayed to me, and so I just want, like, again, I'm not doubting what you're saying, and you said you will provide what you have.
I don't have my laptop.
I just would like that information, and again, no offense to MLive, you know, they're journalists whom I'm sure.
Let me finish this. It's not just MLive.
Okay.
You can FOIA the documents like I did. They will get them to you. It was 9,000. Last time, a couple months ago,
That's more than
was
what
41,000.
This is improper
y'all
now.
trying to cover, and I'm not gonna do that.
Whoa, not trying to cover anything.
No, because they in
Who
a
is y'all?
bind right now.
She's not trying to cover anything either. She's
they're in
just.
a bind.
I'm just calling Robert's rules until your point of
Yeah.
information has gone beyond what was appropriate. Is there
I
any
mean,
other discussion?
I mean, I'm still
in the-
discussing
oh,
Judy,
that's-
and I
go
didn't
ahead.
have a
Sorry.
problem with her helping me. It's fine. So all I'm saying is, I think that before we continue this particular conversation and go down this particular road, I think there's some information that we all need to be privy to, and some documents that we all need to have, so that we can all responsibly have a conversation about how we move forward and how we handle it, because there are some responsibilities that this council does have, and before we take any steps, we all need all of the necessary information. I yield.
Anyone else?
Madam Chair.
Go ahead.
So so people can FOIA it in themselves, and they can request through the Housing Commission, like I did, the documents, because I know that this was holding up a lot of their projects, which I knew would trickle down to our audit and deals with us. And so anyone can FOIA the documents themselves. And in that way, you can have them yourself for the documents in regards to monies from the from the Flint Housing Commission, and as per the investigation of missing funds. And so, and this is not just, and this is like now beyond, it would have stopped at the 9,000, but it's still going up, which is putting them in the Housing Commission in a terrible bind. And I don't have my laptop, Candace, but you can FOIA that from the, yeah. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Everyone should FOIA it themselves because it comes in a zip.
Point of information.
What is your point?
My point of information is ultimately it comes back to the council for us to decide, and if they want us to decide and have a public hearing, then they will give me the information. I don't need to FOIA something if you want me to make a decision, but I understand why at the time you had to. But I think if it's now they're trying to put it before us, then they need to provide all of that information for us.
But we have to ask for it. And I have not said the person's name. And so, and this goes all the way back. I'm trying to find it on my phone. So anyways, if city attorney can get that information, but everyone can FOIA it themselves and do their homework too, they'll give it to you. Freedom of Information Act, and I know it is going to hold up our audit. Judy, do you know how long that they're planning to, when will they be able to get an auditor? Because their funds are still.
My understanding is the company that is notice I quote this, going to be doing that is preparing a RFP or proposal at this moment, and that was as of Monday, and that they fully expect to be hired to do that work. But because the audit, we're beyond time, but because the audit took longer, or was so bad last year, that they feel that they have to do a lot of cleanup before they can get the audit done.
Yeah, they do. And so I'm well aware of that too. I'm glad you brought this up, because they're trying to figure out a lot of things. But for my colleague, I don't have my laptop to do it.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it'll open up if I
We
email
can't
it
just
to
go,
you.
our time is over on this, just
Yeah, I'm
without
done.
addition of more time. Seeing how, I'll go ahead and close out this special order and entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn, Madam Chair.
It's been motioned by the councilwoman in the 6th ward, supported by the councilman in the 1st ward. This is the vote.
Dr. Lewis is not in. Ms. Johnson?
Yes.
Ms. Priestley?
Yes.
Ms. Winfrey Carter?
Yes.
Ms. Burns?
Yes.
Ms. Mashat?
Yes.
Mr. Jarrett?
Yes.
Mr. Alamin? Vote is 7 yes, 0 no.
The vote is 7 yes, 0 no. This motion is adjourned at 7:01.
I hate that game.
I gotta report a street light out before I go. Come on, keep going. It won't let me go.